What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in regards to the brand new Battlefield game, I can't lie to you guys. I know I should probably be trying to relax and, not overhype myself here. But every day that goes by, there are brand new leaks just splurging all across social media, Twitter, Discords, Reddit boards, all over the place, where you can see basically all the fine details of the brand new Battlefield game, including a bunch of data mined content as well. And let me tell you guys something. If there is one thing this community has been begging for ages now, is a Battlefield game that has some good atmosphere. That's it. Now, DICE has never done an awful job at this, right? It's only been more so recently with Battlefield 2042, where they really went kind of out of their comfort zone with Battlefield and started, trying to dabble in more flashier skins. Of course, it's not as far as Call of Duty, and I appreciate that, but I think the majority of the community is still not happy with the direction that DICE was pushing, and they want something just absolutely way more grounded. It's as simple as that. It's really not that complex. And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you guys something. Today, we are going to dive deep into all of those details because boy, oh boy, with all this data mined content, the way this Battlefield game, the new Battlefield game, is shaping to, look, feel, the atmosphere, the vibes. Boy, oh boy, I hope they don't mess this one up. But ladies and gentlemen, before we go and dive deep, if you guys are interested in more content just like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. I post daily here at 8 morning Eastern time. And of course, if you guys are interested in any of my live streams, I do stream Monday through Saturday over on Twitch, starting between 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern time. Of course, if you guys are interested, gotta link that channel down in the description of this video. Now, ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, if you guys have not seen any, and I mean any, of the brand new leaked concept art, you have to just go online. Just go on Google and just type in, new Battlefield, or even better, Battlefield 6, even though that's not the name, but that's the easiest way to search up the new Battlefield in the leaks. And look up, Battlefield 6 concept art, or Battlefield 6 uniforms. Because obviously, I'm not going to show it to you guys on video here, right? I think we can all understand that because I'll get in a lot of trouble with EA, so I'd prefer not to. But seriously, you guys have to see what they have in store with the brand new Battlefield. Now, I will say this before we move on. Be cautious of the concept art. Because if you guys don't remember, back when Battlefield 2042 dropped, and I was discussing all the concept art, the game was drastically different than what the concept art was. So I want to make that very clear. Although all the stuff we are indeed going to be discussing here is good stuff, just keep in mind, in the back of your mind at least, that it's just concept art at the end of the day. And this doesn't dictate what the full launch is going to be. But man, it looks good. And for the uniforms, this is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Again, you have to go ahead and look this stuff up because the uniforms are looking phenomenal. And I guarantee if you look up Battlefield 6 customization, that's it. Look up BF6, not full Battlefield, BF6 customization on Google. It will, show you a Reddit post right at the top. That's what you want to be looking at. This is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Again, the atmosphere that we have been craving. Just the default skins alone look phenomenal. And honestly, it's starting to showcase that, each class in particular is going to have their own set of skins, which is just awesome. I miss those vibes, ladies and gentlemen. I hope this stays until launch and it's not going to be something that's scrapped. But, Battlefield 2042, well, let's be real here. Having 64 people on one map. Actually, scratch that. It was 128 people when the game first launched before they started, hyper-focusing 64 again. 128 characters that are all looking the same. No uniqueness. You have Falk fighting for the US and Russia. I mean, does it make any logical sense? No, but it is what it is. But once again, that took people out of the atmosphere and the immersion of the Battlefield games that we, know and love. And this right here is what I'm talking about. Each and every, class is going to have their designated, look. And I'm assuming as time goes on and they open up the store, these classes are going to have, certain looks or certain, bundle skins that will kind of fit to one particular class alone, or maybe for an overall team. Maybe they'll go ahead and put together, bundles and skins for straight up factions across the board, selling an assault, support, so on and so forth. I don't know how they're going to handle it. All I gotta say is they better not screw this up and make it overly flashy, because we've already had enough of this. I swear, you go anywhere on social media, everybody is just begging for a game that looks grounded. We're not begging for a milsim. You see, that's the problem. Every single time people ask for a game to look grounded, people think that we want a milsim out of it. That's false. Since the beginning of time, out of these franchises like Call of Duty and Battlefield, the games were arcadey, fast-paced, yet the style and the look and the atmosphere still stayed intact. And yes, they had some flashy things here and there, but once again, we weren't running around as freaking unicorns and dolphins. That is a huge thing, especially when you're running around on a battlefield that's supposed to be representing, an actual war going on here. You don't really want to go ahead and see that stuff sprinting around the map. So like I said, I don't know how they're going to go ahead and handle the store, ladies and gentlemen. Who knows? But at the end of the day, please don't take it to the next level of making things overly flashy to kill what you guys have formed. It's no point. You went through all this work to make it so clean. And again, I know everybody's going to say, well, we still don't know. This is just, data mine stuff. Guys, we saw alpha footage, okay? The character models, skins, all of the above look phenomenal. The base game looks good. It's just in the hands of EA, and if they're going to make the developers chase the Fortnite route, or if they truly know what Battlefield is really about. But ladies and gentlemen, not just the customization is sounding good, we also got some descriptions here for the brand new Battlefield maps, and let me tell you guys something. It's sounding very, very good here. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to showcase this to you guys on the screen, but I'll read it all for everybody to hear. Basically what these maps are going to be like. First and foremost, Pax Armada storm NATO's last defensive position in their fight to take control of Gibraltar and its surrounding waters. Secondly, a Pax Armada unit undertakes a do-or-die offensive to battle through NATO lines and rendezvous with a vital relief force on the outskirts of Cairo. The third one here, NATO forces try to eliminate Pax Armada sleeper agents attempting to open a critical supply corridor to their troops in Southern California. The fourth one, NATO forces clash with Pax Armada in their latest push to finally establish a foothold inside Tajikistan. The fifth one here, the NATO ambush of Pax Armada convoy erupts into a close-quarter skirmish on the streets of occupied Gibraltar. The sixth one, NATO's siege line around Cairo comes under attack as Pax Armada attempts to break through and free their fellow soldiers fighting to escape the city. The seventh one, NATO forces engage in a costly battle to dislodge a Pax Armada unit entrenched in the Pamir Mountains. And the final one, Pax Armada forces invade the California desert to carry out a shock and awe attack on the site of a NATO R&D facility. I gotta be real, I'm really loving just the vibes of what we are working with here. And let's be honest, it sounds like the US is just absolutely getting it's in war. We're on home turf here, ladies and gentlemen. And I love that. It might sound strange, but we always are visiting other places when it comes to a lot of these games, like Call of Duty or Battlefield. But this gives me like the OG COD vibes now, like Modern Warfare 2, 2009, where, like crap is going down on home turf. And I absolutely am all here for this, especially when it comes to going ahead and playing the multiplayer experience of this game as well. And I also saw a post over on Reddit here that made a pretty good point. I'm going to show it to you guys. By Turn Trout 101 saying, operations might actually be returning. I've noticed with the leaked maps that a lot of them are similar locations, not far from each other, but too far to be one map. And the data mine Dumbo and Aftermath are both allegedly New York City maps. Dumbo is Brooklyn, and in the campaign leak a couple of weeks ago, it mentioned a mission where you save the POTUS in New York City, so maybe Aftermath is Manhattan. Also, Eastwood was described as a Hollywood Hills type map, which we clearly see in the concept art leak. There are also coordinates in the labs trailer that points directly to LA City Hall, which is like 6 miles from Hollywood. I think you could see it off in the distance of the concept art. There are also a bunch of locations across the Middle East which, while covering much larger distances, could still be used as a narrative front push in operations. I feel like there are enough clues here to suggest we might actually be getting operations back. What do you all think? And guys, I really hope this is true, ladies and gentlemen. And I agree, after seeing some of the concept art and also hearing some of the descriptions, it is logical. It could totally happen that we see, operations making a return where we are fighting multiple different battles in obviously similar areas, and, we are progressing over time. I would love this to happen again. Now, I know this is an absolute reach. It is a reach, but come on, guys. Can't we all agree that operations was such an awesome concept in Battlefield 1? I guess Breakthrough is just the more, easier version, right? It's not going to be as long. You just get into a match, similar concept. But having that story backing it up, I don't know what it is, but it is such an absolute vibe. And I would love for that to return when it comes to Battlefield 6. But ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, I gotta be real with you guys. I'm very, very, very pleased with the atmosphere that we are seeing here with the brand new Battlefield game. I just hope it actually sticks. You know what I'm saying? I hope they really do stick with how they are handling things, and they don't end up branching out and just making things a little too wacky. But even if they do, I still really enjoy the concept that they are pushing with when it comes to Battlefield 6. And how, a lot of stuff is going down on home turf, and I'm all for it, and I'm very excited to see what they have in store for us. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. I post daily here at 8 in the morning Eastern Time. And of course, if you guys are interested in any of my live streams, I do stream Monday through Saturday over on Twitch, starting between 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, if you guys are interested, got to link that channel down in the description of this video. But as always, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you all on the next one. Peace out.